As the city of Austin and the survivors and the family of the man who was killed all try to come to terms with this inexplicable suicide attack on a government facility, one member of Congress has repeatedly publicly announced that he sympathizes with this act of terrorism. He is Congressman Steve King of Iowa.
Pilot who flew himself into an IRS building. Do you think his terrorist attack, was motivated at all by a lot of the anti-tax rhetoric that's popular in America right now?
I think if we'd abolished the IRS back when I first advocated it, you wouldn't have had a target for his airplane. And I'm still for abolishing the IRS. I mean, it's sad that the incident happened down in Texas, but by the same token, the IRS is an agency that's unnecessary. And when the day comes that is over and we've abolished the IRS, it'll be a happy day for all Americans.
So some of his grievances were legitimate.
I don't know if his grievances were legitimate. I read part of the material. I can tell you that I've been audited by the IRS, and I've had the sense of, why is the IRS in my kitchen?
It would be a happy day when that guy who just killed a government worker and flew a plane into a government building gets what he wanted. That'll be a happy day. Here was the response to Congressman Steve King's comments from Congressman James Clyburn.
One of our colleagues has now called the act of terrorism a noble act. The fact of the matter is the gentleman that lost his life in that building, Vernon Hunter, was from Orangeburg, South Carolina, that I proudly represent in this body. He spent 2 tours in Vietnam and was about the business of carrying out his duties and responsibilities to this great country of ours. If anybody is a hero, it is this victim. And I find it appalling that a member of this body will call his death a noble happening.
Congressman Steve King still says he is not sorry for his remarks. We contacted his office today. They gave us this statement, quote, "As a founder of a small business who has endured IRS audits, I understand the deep frustration with the IRS. In the early days, my company could not run without me on the job. I once had to shut it down just to be in the room with the IRS. I did not get a fair shake, but I channeled my frustration the American way and ran for office. Americans looking for an outlet for their frustration should join me in calling on Congress to pass a national sales tax and abolish the current federal tax code and the IRS." I don't want to tell Congressman King how to do his job, but when you're asked to respond to a terror attack on your country, even one in which the attacker's target happens to be something you also don't like, I would put to you that the appropriate response is to condemn the act of terrorism and then stop talking for a while, rather than ally yourself with the terrorist and talk about how justified you'd think his actions were. We're joined now by Glenn Greenwald, a contributing writer at Salon.com. Glenn, thank you for your time, and I'm very sorry that American Airlines lost your luggage today.
Thank you, Rachel. That's very consoling.